Listen up.
This just in.
All the gossip. The Rumor Report. Gossip. With Angela Yee.
It's the Rumor Report.
The Breakfast Club.
Now, Deja Harris is T.I.'s daughter, and she recently posted on her vlog about her mental health issues and how she's on a mission right now to help other people who are facing similar struggles with anxiety, with depression, and things that she's had to deal with since she was 11 years old. Here's what she had to say.
Depression and anxiety is something that I've been dealing with since about the age of 11. My self-esteem started to kind of become an issue for me in the 6th grade due to bullying. I started to struggle with understanding what it was that I was feeling, and I definitely knew that I wasn't able to express what it was that I was going through. So, without the proper knowledge and support, I eventually started to turn to self-inflicted coping mechanisms that weren't too healthy or beneficial to me or my growth.
Drop on the clues bombs for Deja. This is why I preach the need for investing in your mental wealth so much, because the only way to eradicate the stigma is to constantly share your story. And when you share your story, you make other people comfortable enough to share their story. And I wish when I was Deja's age, I was able to have those conversations with folks, man. And I wish I had the tools and the resources that I had now. So salute to that young lady.
And this is something that she's been dealing with since she was 11 years old, and she's 18 now. So that's something that, fortunately for her, she's been able to identify and then now step out and try to help other people out as well.
And Tip, you're doing a great job, sir.
That's right.
All right. Now, John Krasinski, he has launched his YouTube series. And one thing that he launched that with is a reunion with Steve Carell. Now, y'all know they were both on The Office together, and it's been a 15-year anniversary for The Office, which is, by the way, one of my favorite shows of all time. I've seen every single episode. What I need to do is go back and watch the British version of The Office that came before the version here in the United States. I haven't had a chance to check out all of those, but I guess now's a good time for that, right? And here is what their reunion was sounding like. And John Krasinski was asking Steve Carell basically about his favorite scenes and about the two of them working together. Listen to this.
We were on a little show called The Office, and it turned 15 years old this week. I mean, I was a waiter when I got that job. And after the pilot, I went back to waiting tables because I was sure nothing was going to happen with it. And we all kind of came into it with that vibe. I remember none of us had done anything huge.
It's such a happy surprise that after all these years, people are still tuning in and finding it.
In your top memories, what were some of your favorite memories?
All of our exchange around the micro flat screen TV.
That's the beauty of art like The Office, though, right? Like, you want to create something that stands the test of time, something that'll outlive you, and that's exactly what they created with The Office. And to think that show could have kept going if they would have just treated Steve Carell right, paid him his money.
Well, it did keep going after he left for a couple more seasons. But what the other thing I really liked about The Office was how diverse their cast was. I mean, Mindy Kaling was on there, Craig Robinson, Rashida Jones, Idris was on there also. Mm-hmm. So I really did appreciate that. Leslie, David Baker, all of the people that were on that show also. Oscar, the character who played Oscar, his name was Oscar in real life too, I think. So appreciate that. And I'm sure I'll be checking out that podcast since I'm home.
Okay.
And Rihanna, she is on the cover of British Vogue. Obviously, this was shot before everything has been happening with coronavirus. And when they did post it, they said that the British Vogue issue was created prior to the pandemic. So they wanted to make sure that people were aware of that, because that's why none of that was addressed in the cover story interview with Rihanna. But among the things that she talked about, she said she's very aggressively working on music for her 9th studio album. She said, I can't say when I'm going to drop. Her last full-length project was back in January of 2016. And she said, I don't want my albums to feel like themes. There are no rules. There's no format. There's just good music. And if I feel it, I'm putting it out. So she said she has no boundaries. I've done everything. I've done all the hits. I've tried every genre. Now I'm just wide open. I can make anything that I want. And another thing that she talked about is kids. She said she wants to live differently when it comes to having children. She said, I have kids, 3 or 4 of them, even if it means raising them on her own. She said, I feel like society makes me want to feel like, oh, you got it wrong. They diminish you as a mother if there's not a dad in your kids' lives. But the only thing that matters is happiness. So that's the only healthy relationship between a parent and a child. That's the only thing that can raise a child truly is love. So you can check out that full interview for British Vogue.
So who would that lucky man be? You know how many men out here trying to be trapped by Rihanna? You know how many men would love to be that person? Trust and believe there's no shortage of sperm for Rihanna out here in these streets.
But if she wanted to, she could also get artificially inseminated. You know, who knows what she's planning to do. She said there's no rules. So,
and she's right. As long as her and those kids are happy, that's all that matters.
Well, who the lucky kids gonna be then? Them kids is gonna be like the heir to $1 billion business when it's all said and done. Because that Fenty Beauty is popping.
Everything is not about money, Charlamagne. Jeesh.
Envy, I know you ain't talking. Don't you ever fix your mouth to say everything ain't all about money. Who, you?
As long as the
DJ
kids
Envy?
are happy. Yes, as
Man,
long as
shut
the
up.
kids are happy. My kids are happy without money. And the money doesn't matter, Charlamagne. Come on.
Yeah, sure.
Envy about to donate everything.
Okay. Yeah, Envy. Yeah, sure. We believe that coming from you. Okay.
All right. Well, I'm Angela Yee, and that's your rumor report.
All right. Thank you, Miss Yee. Now, when we come
I'm trying to sound all honorable.
I know. I'm trying to sound all humble and broke.
Thank you.
That's his broke voice.
Thank you.
Okay, Envy Chopra.
Thank you. I just want to say thank you. That's all. Thank you.